Yo, I'm tryna get my styling up in the city, so s'il vous plaît. As soon as my child can walk, it's straight Project Mbappe. But know the verbal, as soon as I hear that whistle, we get straight to the action. Come on lads, where's the passion? Do like Alan Maxi, wear headbands for the fashion. If the defenders drop back, we counter and then attack them. I got my eye on the ball, I got my eye on the ball, yeah. I got my eye on the ball, I got my eye on the ball, yeah. I got my eye on the ball, I got my eye on the ball.
Yes, people. You know what time it is. We're back for another episode of First Down. Been looking forward to this one, man. This is our draft special. We broke it down a little bit last episode about the plan for the episode. Obviously, before I get actually stuck into the bulk of the show, let's introduce the guests first. Actually, obviously we got the dim in the building, Bugs, Bassi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, excited,
100%. It's about a week left.
It's gonna be a great trip for sure, man. Trust me. Hey, draft season's here, and listen, we got our own aficionados. We got Bugs, who's obviously loves himself college football, plugged into the prospects, and Dim as well, man. These guys have obviously done the homework, come up with their mock drafts, and we're gonna break it down, man. Obviously, we're gonna get each guy's pick throughout this round. Yeah, we're obviously only gonna break down the first round, and then we'll obviously get Dim and Bugs' thoughts on each pick throughout the first round, and then me and Abbas will give our 2 cents as well about what each team need and our thoughts on the prospects, and we're gonna just get stuck in the draft. I guess we'll have our own mock draft at the end of it. We'll come up with like a consensus pick for each team in the first round, and then I guess that'll be the show. But let me get the graphic up. So we're gonna start with the first overall pick, I guess. Or do you want to give any disclaimers in the dim mugs?
Oh yeah, we're not predicting what's gonna happen. We're just giving our opinion as to what we would do if we was in that team's position. So if it doesn't look like this on draft night, nobody message me. I'm not involved.
We'll get as good as everyone else's, man. Half of the draft flops anyway, even in the first round. So
big fact,
100%. Yeah,
literally just a guessing game, fam. But Nadim, any disclaimers? Or are you ready to get in?
It's who I think they should pick. I'm not, as Bug said, I'm not predicting anything. I don't know what the Niners are doing. I don't have sources. I don't know what the Falcons are trading for. I don't know. This is just what I think they should do.
Alright, calm. Bassi's obviously navigating the graphic, but we'll let the aficionados take it away, man. The dim Bugs, either way you want to get stuck in with the first overall pick.
I think we just get first and two.
We can skip 1 and 2, man.
That's the easiest pick.
Well, we gotta talk through the prospects, though. We gotta educate the audience about the prospects, why it's so concrete.
Lawrence has been earmarked as the number 1 pick since high school. Yeah, high school. They used to do those low, was it 10-on-10 camps or 11-on-11 camps, and he would shine. He was the main 7-on-7. That's the one, and he was the main guy. And then he came in to Clemson. He didn't start like the first few games of his first season. I can't remember then. I think something Kelly. He placed Deshaun Watson. He was not very good. Kelly, that's the guy. Lawrence comes in from day one. Everyone saw, all right, this is the guy. Championship game. He steals the headlines in the championship game against Alabama, and he beats them. And ever since then, everybody's just been waiting for his time to come, and he's the type of player that makes you frustrated with the 3-year rule, because he could have come out after that first year. He's that good. So special player, leader, everything you want in the QB, and the Jaguars, who have been pathetic for a long time, apart from that one season, they get their franchise change.
Yeah, definitely pathetic. The Jaguars are definitely pathetic. But as you said, this guy has been the consensus number one overall pick for a long time now. He is touted to be a generational quarterback. Best since Andrew Luck, they say. Do you get what I mean? So there's a lot of pressure on his back. And to be honest,
Seems to be saying a lot, man.
bro, listen, these pundits, they better hope that he pans out because Sir Man will be hiding in the corner if he don't.
Bro, some man will lose their jobs. I told you. If Trevor Lawrence doesn't work out, a lot of guys' jobs is on the line.
You know what? He's the type of guy. Lawrence is the type of prospect that if it doesn't work out, you don't blame anybody because everyone thought the same thing.
That's true, bro. But they've put pressure on him, man. They said he's the reason Urban Meyer came out. They've said best since Andrew Luck. But he's you watch him and you can see it. Like he's prototypical. He's 6'6". He can throw any type of ball you wanted to throw. First year championship against the Nick Saban Alabama, by the way. Not any of the other guys. Like this is an SEC team. Second year lost to Joe Burrow, who probably had the greatest college season ever. Third year he got outplayed by the best quarterback in this draft, but that's neither here or there. But yeah, so you see it, man. You see it.
You sold on him?
I mean, like everyone's mentioned, the way that people are talking about him, like he's Andrew Luck, like this guy's already a guaranteed all-timer. I mean, I've never heard anything like it, to be honest, from any college player. So they're talking about him like it's a done deal. From what he looks good on tape. Like Book said, prototypical, and he can move as well. Yeah, I'm not completely sold like everyone else is sold in terms of the level that they're saying he's going to reach, but I think he'll be a good player for the Jags. But I'm not sure about the all-time stuff that everyone's talking about after a couple college games, personally.
Bro, that's make the pick in it. I guess you can make the pick. He is the first overall pick.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence.
But listen, all this all-time talk, like I need to see some league tape before I hear all-time talk, man. Like college tape ain't really. I mean, for me, it's a bit premature to crown him the way that he has been. But listen, I guess he is the prototype, as you guys said. There's a lot of pressure on him, but he said he wants to be all-time great. So I guess we'll see how things pan out for him.
He mentioned, was it last week or a few weeks ago, when he said the college football's not everything to me.
Yeah,
obviously.
Sport Illustrated, bro. That interview was mind-boggling. I have no idea why he's done that. But I think that's an interview.
He's trying to reduce value for him.
I don't really mind that, to be honest. Like,
I think that's an interview of a man that knows where he's going. I think that's an interview of a man that is short, bro. The Jacksons, they've given him a playbook already, bro. Like this is set in stone.
He knows where he don't want to go. By the way,
he knows. You see, the thing is, I don't really mind him saying stuff like that, if I'm being honest, because he's not saying that he doesn't love the game. He's not saying that he's not competitive. He's just saying that I got other stuff I like too. It's not the end all be all for me, and I don't really mind that.
But the guy's married. The guy's married at 21, bro. He's a different caliber of guy.
I want to hear that as a player. The way they're talking about him, what he's meant to come into the league and do. I want him to be obsessed about the game. They're expecting big things from him, and he's even if that's how you feel, you just keep that one to yourself because
he's trying to reduce his draft stock, bro. For me, it's pretty clear. You don't want to end up in Jacksonville. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time,
I think he's accepted. I think he accepted Jacksonville a long time ago, bro. I don't even think that's what.
I don't mean you don't try. I don't mean you don't try.
I think he's genuinely liked. I think this is a guy who's been told all his life how special he is at football. Like the first ever time I heard of Trevor Lawrence was I was watching the Elite 11 on YouTube, and the whole first episode was more or less about him in it. So I think he's trying to downplay the pressure that's on him because he knows he's going to Jacksonville and they're expecting him to change that franchise around. And he's trying to tell the man them that I've got other things that I like in it. Like I'm not gonna be football 24/7. And yeah, my only issue is I think if it was a Justin Fields or a Trey Lance that said something like this, I think there would have been a man up for
third round.
There would have been an up for still.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
That's my only
issue. But at the same time, I think to go in and turn around one of the worst franchises in the league, that's a tough ask, bro. Like even like we've seen it. Even Deshaun, what he did to Houston, like he tried, but listen, that franchise couldn't get out of their own way. They couldn't get out of their own way.
The thing, but look at Joe Burrow last season. He made the Bengals watchable. That's the first thing he did. Remember that Thursday night game against the Browns? Like he was incredible in that game. Yeah,
but the Bengals have never. They've been bad, but they've always had good players. I mean, Jackson literally have nothing, bro. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, but now that they're looking to change the corner, they got a new coach. The thing is with the Jacksonville Jaguars as well. When you have the first pick, that tells me that your only issue isn't just quarterback. Your only issue is your issues are most of the team. So they're draft Trevor Lawrence, but if you look at the position of needs there, corner. They have offensive line issues. They probably need to look at the secondary. They probably need to look at their wide receivers.
They need everything, bro.
They need a lot of stuff.
They got 2 picks though this round.
Yeah, they do have the round pick, but that's a late round pick. Those are usually hit and miss anyway. So
that's 2 players that can come in and can expect to make an impact.
Yeah, that's true. But
let's get to the.
There's some work to do. Just saying they have work. Yeah.
Definitely, they got, and they're meant to be the London team. They come every year, play at Wembley, and then talk.
Why is it them? Like, why is it them? I'm just annoyed by that.
They're the worst team. They're the worst team.
Not respectful, but anyway,
hopefully, listen. Trevor Lawrence playing at Wembley every year. If he's the guy that they say he is, it should be some good spectacle. But let's get to the second overall pick. Books, talk us through it, man.
Okay, I've said that this mock draft is basically what I would do, but here I need to give a bit of context. So, I am an Ohio State Buckeye, and my favorite player in this draft is Justin Fields. So I am not sending him to the Jets, even though I do believe he's the second best quarterback or the first best quarterback in this draft. So with the second pick, the Jets are going to take Zach Wilson, BYU.
What?
And yeah, Zach Wilson. The main thing about him is the level of competition. Obviously, BYU didn't play the best strength of schedule, but if you put on the tape, they've said Mahomes like, I don't see it, but they said Aaron Rodgers like, I don't see that either.
You said that. You said that.
I heard that. I heard a few people talking about that. I was a bit confused.
It's the off-platform stuff. Like, he does a lot of stuff off-platform. He thrives in chaos. Like, when the pocket breaks down, he moves. He's an athlete. He's got an arm, guys. That arm is the spin he can put on a ball is like no one else in this draft. Like, his arm is ridiculous. Like, on his pro day, there's a clip that went viral from his pro day. That throw is absolutely outrageous.
Yeah, listen.
So you see the clip.
Yeah, no, that throw that you're speaking about. Once I saw that was like,
crazy. When
I saw that, I was like, yeah, I need to dive into a little bit more of this guy's tape because he's potentially better. At the time, obviously, the initial discussion was had, is he better than Justin Fields? Do you know what I mean? And when I started diving into I don't think he's better than Justin Fields, but I think he's potentially special still. The accuracy is mad. Do you know what I mean? As you said, the velocity, the spiral, like the way he throws the ball is clean still. But yeah, I'm not an expert, but I can't lie, I like the look of him, man. I like the look of him. What about you?
He's an example of what happens around draft time because for the last 2 years, all we've heard about is Lawrence number 1, Fields number 2, And all of a sudden, towards the end of this season, Zach Wilson might be an interesting option. Oh, Trey Lance is someone we should watch out for, stuff like that. But no, look, he's a good player. He has all the physical tools. And one thing that, just reading up on him and listening to people talk, one thing about him apparently is that he's very clutch. In clutch situations for BYU, he was money. So that's a good trait to have in the NFL, that, not being shaken and ability to make big plays in big situations. So, obviously the Jets just traded away Sam Darnold now. So need a quarterback of the future. Robert Saleh gets this guy. I think all the physical tools you want, he has it. It's the question is the competition and the mental aspect. But I think so far he's aced all those tests. So yeah, I think it's a nice pick for them.
The only worrying thing is that he wasn't voted captain, but
yeah,
it depends. It depends if you want to read into that or not. But
he wasn't. I think he was given it in the middle of the season, but not.
Yeah, but he wasn't initially voted.
Yeah,
he wasn't part of the 8. Yeah.
Usually, that's a little bit of a why is your quarterback is usually your captain. That's your number one guy.
Automatic.
Yeah. So for you not to be voted captain, that's a bit of a red flag. But apparently, it's not that big of an issue.
How did that happen?
No clue.
Was he okay?
Teammates don't rate him, fam.
That's crazy.
Must be.
For me, the tape looks good, man. He looked like he's got a rocket arm. I think with him is upside, his potential. Again, you're looking at it like you've just traded away Sam Darnold, and you're almost trading a similar kind of player with movement. Again, looking at potential, but it's the Jets, man. They need a quarterback. I think it's a bad place for any young quarterback to go 100%. To develop and to grow. So I feel a bit sorry for him having to go there. But if he's got the talent, man, he'll make it. And for me,
I think. Go on, Abassi.
No, go on. I was just gonna say his arm looks good, man. Not Aaron Rodgers was saying, but it looks real good.
No, good.
I think the big difference between him and Darnold is that Wilson doesn't throw that many picks. Well, he hasn't in college. So Sam Darnold came into this throwing a lot of picks, and that translated
into the league. Yeah,
Sam Darnold threw picks when people put pressure on him. So when there was expectation around him, as in, this guy might be, a Heisman winner, that's when he started to throw some picks. And also, Sam Darnold was on a not very good USC team, so he was forcing a lot of stuff. I think, look, you can't draft young players. Sorry, yeah, just a quick.
I was just gonna say, add to what you were saying.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, that might be down to the level of competition, isn't it? In terms of him being clutch and him not throwing picks. I mean, if the level of competition isn't up to snuff, then it's not a surprise that he's not making a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, and he faced another unbeaten team, and that's the only game they lost this year. So yeah, the level of competition is quite concerning, but the tape doesn't lie, innit?
You look at Josh Allen, and his level of competition wasn't the best either. But as long as you have the talent and you're willing to work, then it's fine. I think, but also the Jets have shown they don't have a recent history, at least, of drafting well around their young quarterback. Sam Darnold was left out there, basically kill himself at some point. That's what they wanted him to do, basically. So if you're drafting this guy, you better make sure that you surround him with the best pieces available, because if not, you're gonna be back in the same situation 3 years down the line, looking to draft another guy.
Yeah, bro, Darnold literally said he was seeing ghosts out there, bro. It's crazy.
How can your quarterbacks have seen ghosts? That means the minute he snaps the ball, he can hear footsteps.
I'm so happy you got that trade. Let's see what you can. I feel
100%.
Life was hard, man.
That's it's going to be tough for Zach Wilson to have success in that same scenario. Do you know what I mean? No matter how, I was going to ask as well, because you spoke about the athleticism, the rocket arm. He likes to make plays when things are breaking down. It sounds a bit like Josh Allen. You think he can be some form of that, or do you think he can't get to that level?
I don't get the Zach Wilson. I don't see what everyone else sees in him. So I'm gonna say no, but I'm hoping that he can. I don't know if that's the answer you want from me, but I'm hoping he can, innit? But
I just want to know if you think it's possible.
It is possible. Now he's got enough talent to do it. If that's what you're asking me, like his talent, you can't deny. But I just don't get how he
is he the best comp, Josh Allen, or who's the best comp for him?
Nadeem?
It slightly might be Aaron Rodgers in a way, and the type of player he is. Not saying he's that level, but the type of
player. Aaron Rodgers or Aaron Rodgers right now.
Well, the off-platform scramble to the left, scramble to the right type of throws that he makes. That's what he does. You know, he makes a lot of schedule stuff. I'm not saying he is Aaron Rodgers. When you make these comps, you can't say he is Aaron Rodgers. I can't think of anyone else.
Bugs don't want to get it out, man. Bugs don't want to give him too much credit.
No. The thing is, I'm not saying he'll be as good as Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers is the only one that comes to mind right now with the type of off-platform, scramble to your left, the playmaking ability is what I'm saying is what he's got that's similar to Aaron Rodgers. I just think with this guy, talent will get you a long place talent will get you far in the NFL, and especially in the NFL draft. As long as you show some sort of talent, and he has the tools that all these guys are looking for, all these people that are identifying talent, he has everything they're looking for. So he just has to go into to this team and prove himself. Really,
I think the off-script plays, and then what you mentioned is what teams are looking for right now.
Yeah,
you've seen of Justin Herbert getting out of the pocket. Burrow the same. They want athletic quarterbacks can get out of the pocket and can make off-script plays.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't see why Matt Jones is going so high up the draft board. But that's another story. But then quick.
Wait, got a day yet? No, strap in. We're gonna get there soon.
What teams are looking for in their quarterback? Looking at Josh Allen as well. So yeah, I see why he's flying up the draft board like that because he can make something happen out of nothing.
Another reason as well is that offensive line play in the NFL isn't what it once was. It's good, but it's not at the level that it once was. So if you can get quarterbacks that make plays with their feet and can scramble out the pocket, it makes your job easier. Someone like Jared Goff, who he can't move for anywhere, you have to have the perfect play for him because he's not running around scrambling, making plays. Someone like Zach Wilson can, and that's what draws a lot of these guys, towards drafting them so high.
But you can just do so much more as a team with a player that can move outside the pocket, as opposed to someone Goff. You really got to only run certain plays for him. So there's potential there with Zach Wilson.
Yeah, listen. I want to see how he shapes. The Jets is a tough situation, but as you man said, like he is definitely talented. I want to see how things pan out with him. But let's get to the third overall pick, man. Nadim, who do you have going third overall to Niners? The draft starts here as good. The draft starts here.
Personally, I had Justin Fields. I look at it from this standpoint. I'm hearing all this Mac Jones and Trey Lance stuff, and if they do go for those players, I will listen to what Kyle Shanahan and all these guys have to say because those guys have proven themselves to be smart drafters and smart people anyway. So I listen to them. But for me, I can't look past Justin Fields here. I think he's been right there with Trevor Lawrence the last 2-3 years, and I don't know where the all of a sudden the nitpicking, the hate has come for him. I think a part of it is who he plays for. I think drafting Dwayne Haskins and the way Dwayne Haskins went is people looking at him and kind of making, are you another Dwayne Haskins, or are you going to be that same type of player? Because it's a similar system. Or a lot of guys are running open at times, so it doesn't look that difficult for quarterbacks. But I like Justin Fields, man. I think he's a top player, top talent. I don't like the nitpicking. If it was a white quarterback, it wouldn't be nitpicked. I'll say it right here and right now. But I think the Niners should draft him. I think he's that good. Shanahan has never had this type of weapon as well.
How did he drop from 2 to 5? Can someone explain that to me? I don't know how he did that. Why
racism.
Racism.
You know what?
He's getting pegged with the same things that all these black quarterbacks get pegged with. Oh, he doesn't process well. He doesn't go through his reads. Like, are you serious?
There's a new one. There's a new one this week. Apparently, he doesn't spend enough time in the film room. That's this week's one.
Every black quarterback gets that. Every black quarterback.
All the cliche criticism in the book.
The Deshaun Watson one was criminal. Anyway,
even Pat Mahomes, bro. Even Pat Mahomes was getting that same criticism.
It's actually
and
sick.
He's not even full black. That's crazy, bro.
Lamar Jackson. He's a running back.
Lamar Jackson one was the worst, bro. The way that they were picking at Lamar, and now he's won the MVP.
Fields one this year might be worse than Lamar's.
No, bro. They were saying Lamar's a wide receiver. He
finished the year number 2, yeah, and no snap has been taken from that point to this point, and he's dropped to 5.
Bro.
Nah, someone's got to answer for their sins at some point. I want blood.
The name of the Stanford quarterback, I can't remember his name. He's all of a sudden starts shooting up draft boards as well.
Trey Lance, isn't it?
No, not Trey Lance. Some other
David
guy.
Mills.
David Mills, yeah. He's starting on draft boards as well. I'm like, well, black quarterbacks don't go draft boards.
Literally.
Of course not. They only go down, fam.
They only go down. How can you look at Justin Fields, his body of work, and you say, nah, but you'll go for Zach Wilson? That doesn't make sense to me.
Bro.
Zach Wilson, I was losing against Coastal Carolina. And then
they do these things, they make these errors, and it's only them that suffer. So, boy, if you drafted Pat Mahomes when you could have got him, or you drafted Sean when you could have got him, you would have had a much better quarterback for most of these guys.
It just highlights how ignorant these scouts
are.
When
I hear the word
2 years down the line after his first MVP, you start hearing, I wanted to draft him, but I couldn't do it. I had him on my draft board, but
literally.
So
there's no way taking Mac Jones instead of Justin Fields. It's impossible. Just looking through the tape, and I don't see it in Kyle Shanahan, who everyone here thinks is a super smart coach. Man, there's no way he makes that decision. I think he's just trying to throw people off the scent, man. We
hope so. We hope so.
Same. I believe it has to be that. Like, they have to be blowing smoke and trying to change the narrative around their pick. Do you know what I mean?
But there's certain people, like, if Kyle Shanahan makes the pick and he goes Mac Jones or Trey Lance, I will listen to what he has to say because he's proven to be a smart guy in the NFL. I won't understand it and I won't like it, but I will listen to what he has to say.
To be honest, it doesn't even matter what he says. All that matters is how he performs on the field. Do you know what I mean?
All that matters. I'll be honest, Shanahan's going to put whoever he drafts in a position
to succeed,
to be all right in it, and it's gonna get me mad because if he picks Mac Jones, it's gonna be the system in it, but the narrative around it is gonna be Mac Jones. Look what Mac Jones. Let me know when it's my turn to talk about my boy.
I want to get to be honest, my thoughts on him. Listen, special player, fam. We're talking about off script stuff. The guy can make plays in the pocket, outside the pocket. He's bigger than I thought as well. I think he's at 6'3"?
6'3", 230.
Hey, listen, you didn't look that big when I looked in the tape.
4'4". Are you
crazy? Listen, when you check the measurables, and it's a lot more impressive than I thought. I thought he was more closer to like a Kyler type size. Do you know what I mean? But he's a lot bigger than that.
You see over the lineman over here, fam.
No, fact.
You see over the lineman over here.
Makes plays, shows up big in the big games. I look what I've seen from Justin Fields. I think he can be. I think he is a Kyler type guy. Do you know what I mean? In the league. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he's gonna be like a typical. I think he's gonna make a lot of plays outside the pocket. Do you know what I mean? But
do you know who my comp is? My comp is Deshaun Watson.
Russell.
But
Deshaun.
This is on the field, by the way. This isn't everything else. This is we're keeping this strictly on the field. But yeah,
definitely.
Deshaun. Russ isn't a bad shot, but he's a bit bigger than Russ as well, though. I mean, Russ is a bit more like that. Field keeps his eyes down the field, and he's a throw first quarterback. That's what everyone never seemed to get at first, which is that. He's always looking to throw. They always obviously thought he was a runner because he's a good athlete. But let's start all the way from the start.
Let's back to give his sports first books.
I'll be here all day, man.
Exactly. You can
Nah,
wrap
man,
it up.
just following on from what everyone said. Very athletic, good arm. My actual first game watching him was obviously the big game against Clemson. I'm thinking, who's this guy? He's better than Trevor Lawrence. Obviously, that wasn't the case. Apparently, it might still be. But then just looking through the tape, he just hasn't disappointed in any of the tape since I watched that Clemson game, and that was a big game. That was a big televised game, and he delivered. So it shows me that he can perform under pressure. And then literally since then, all I've heard is his stock go down and down and down consistently, and I'm just not entirely sure why. Someone there's gonna have to let me know. Yeah, there we go, because he's black, man. But yeah, everything I've seen from him so far makes him look like the number 2 pick, I think, in the draft. He'll probably go outside the top 2, but for me, he looks like the second best quarterback coming out of the draft.
To add to that, I think it's good for him that he's not taking high. To be honest, you know what I mean. Find yourself in a better situation, fam. If he does end up with the Niners, bro, you can't ask for much better. If he drops further than that, you might go to, let's say, if he falls to even the Falcons, bro. If the Falcons take him, bro, you got Julio, you got Ridley, you got guys. Do you know what I mean? I think it's better that he drops and you know.
Another team wouldn't be the worst place to send him is the Broncos. Like, they got some receivers in the Broncos.
Yeah, what's the quick guy they drafted?
Cortland Sutton, Noah Fant,
KJ Hamler.
Hamler. They got weapons over there, bro.
They got Patrick. Yeah.
No,
listen to that trio, by the way. Cortland Sutton, KJ Hamler, and then what's his name? Rudy.
Yo, you even forgetting Tim Patrick? Was that his name?
Yeah, Patrick. Yeah. Tim Patrick. Yeah, they got guys. They got guys.
They're running backs. Melvin Gordon.
Oh yeah, they do have Melvin Gordon too.
So that's an offense there, and Drew Lock is not what I thought he would be. I thought he was going to be a good player in the NFL, but
still early.
It's still early, I guess. But if Justin Fields ends up,
Drew Lock is done, man. Drew Lock is done, man. We've seen the peak, man. We've reached the top of the mountain with Drew Lock.
The moment you said we've seen peak.
We've reached the top of the mountain.
I agree, about Biggs when it's over for him.
But oh man. But that was my nephew still. Books, talk to us about Justin Fields, man.
Oh, where do I begin, man? Like you said, the measurables. When you actually 6'3", 230, 4'4" flat, and he stumbled. Let's not forget he stumbled in that 40-yard dash. Obviously, started at Georgia, that didn't work out. Kirby Smart has blood on his hands, but we'll leave that. Transferred to Ohio State. First season accounts for 50 touchdowns with just 3 interceptions. He's a Heisman finalist. Comes back the next season. He's the reason they have a season because he started the whole petition, and they still have the thing to question whether he has the urge to be great or not. I think
they're questioning his intangibles.
I think what's happening is despicable. Honestly, I think it's actually criminal. But yeah, man, he had 2 bad games this year. One against Indiana, one against Northwestern. The Indiana one of them is really bad. One of them is really, really bad. But he was missing Chris Olave. He was missing most of his line. So it's not an excuse, but we'll take it, innit? One bad game out of... He's 20-2, so one bad game out of 22. And then he comes to the semifinals, takes a hit to the ribs, and goes out and throws 6 touchdowns in probably one of the best games I've ever seen from a college player ever. Takes his team to the national championship. He's not bad in that. Alabama's just out. What's the word? They just outplayed Ohio State in all 3 phases. But I think Fields has got everything you need, man. He makes all the throws. He's athletic. He makes off platform. He can. I think he processes better than everyone claims. Because the knock on him is he doesn't see the field well. But I've seen him go through his progressions. What is going to be used against him is that Ohio State is a powerhouse, so their receivers are usually wide open anyway. So he's never had reason to go off his first read. If
Plus
it's
their
open,
scheme as well.
Sorry?
Their scheme as well gets a lot of the guys.
Bro,
Up.
Ryan Day's mind is bro. I've seen some of the plays he's drawn up. It's crazy, innit? So he's gonna be criticized for that. But I don't understand why a player would go past his first read if it's usually open. Like I don't know what they're expecting him to do in that situation. Something.
My favorite NFL analyst, well, one of Danilowski, he did like a tape. He did a demonstration on ESPN showing that Justin Fields can, if required, go through these progressions. And he did the exact tape, and everyone went, "Nah, he still can't do it." Are you serious?
Bro, when people start denying tape, that's what you. It's racism,
agenda,
bro.
Agenda. Well, listen, I think the two that he can't get his reads is bogus, fam. Like, come on. That's not even tough, bro. You get past your first read, get to your second read. What are we talking about? Like, what are we really talking about?
Bro, and people are showing you that this is him doing it, and people are still saying, "Nah, he can't do it." That what more can we do for you at this point? But I agree with Aaron. I think him dropping and hopefully guy number 3 is going to be the best thing to happen to him.
I think anyway he gets outside the top 2 will be good for him, man. So you should be happy for this.
And hopefully he gets a chance to sit for a year or even half the season.
He can.
Yeah, I mean, and then you can come in, take the helm, picked up the playbook, all that type of stuff. But listen, he's one of the main storylines in the draft, so we'll probably revisit him. But let's get to the number 4 pick, man. I think it was Nadim that picked first. So 4th pick. Yeah, who you got going 4 overall to the?
With the 4th pick, the Atlanta Falcons select Kyle Pitts, tight end, Florida.
Mad.
Yeah,
talk us through the prospect, man. Another guy that is meant to be. Yo,
this might be my second favorite prospect on the board. The tape. He might have the best tape. He's closer to a wide receiver than he is a tight end, but I don't know how it's gonna work. One major thing, he doesn't block.
Or what?
He just doesn't do it. He just doesn't. I don't know.
He looks mad skinny as well.
Yeah, he does have the ability to. He can. He just doesn't.
That's what I was gonna say. I was literally about to say. I don't know whether he was never required to at Florida, but I haven't seen him block enough. And he's a bit on the leaner side. Yeah, he's a bit on the leaner side than most tight ends. But when it comes to receiving,
So is Wall on that leaner side, in my opinion. They got similar build. He's a bit skinnier. He's a bit skinnier than
Waller's speed is crazy.
No, but Waller's a big guy though. No, what does he weigh?
He's 6'5", 6'6". I don't know his weight, but he's a big guy. But then he's got a thinner frame. Do you know what I mean? Thinner frame, sorry.
What than most tight ends?
Yeah, but he's a bigger guy at the same time. I think maybe it's his speed that makes it.
Maybe it's his sorry. Yeah, I mean, they kind of weigh the same. Like Waller weighs 7 kg more than him. I don't know how much of a difference that would make. But yeah, Pitts is he's long, he's rangy, his catch radius is one of the best you will come across. Like I like Pitts, man. I like Pitts. I don't know whether he's gonna play tight end in the league. Like if he's gonna be like a prototypical tight end where you just put him in those type of like sub packages. But in terms of receiving, he might bar Jamar Chase, he might be the best receiving player in this draft.
You said bar Chase, so you think Chase is... So why you got... okay, because they already have receivers, I'm guessing.
Yeah. No, they can't take another receiver.
Nah, I hear it. Abassi, you mentioned this guy as well that you like the look of him. So, what's your thoughts on him, bro?
Yeah, man. Look, just looking at his tape, and all the players' tape I looked at. For me, he was the most impressive. He's the best player in his draft, obviously at his position, in my opinion. Yeah, like how he gets separation. He's quick. He's strong. He's agile. This guy is a big man to be so agile, man. I see the way he's just turning and shifting them hips, man. It's a bit confusing. There's a lot of talk as well. The Falcons taking a quarterback in their fourth pick. I personally wouldn't take quarterback. I don't know how much better you can get than Matt Ryan. Obviously, Matt Ryan is not Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, that kind of level, Drew Brees. But of that era, he's just in there below them. I think he's good enough to win with them. My only question to you, Bugs, making these picks, would they be better served getting someone on the defensive end than Kyle Pitts, who I think is the best player in this position, best player in the draft?
I think taking anybody on that side this early will be a bit of a reach. That my favorite defensive player. Sorry?
What about trading out of their position and getting a few picks? Because
they can. That's always an option. If you don't like anybody enough, I think they would like Pitts enough though. But if you want a defensive player, I think you can definitely trade down. There's always going to be they've apparently received calls about this pick anyways. So it's whether or not they like Pitts enough to draft him or they trade out and try to get a defensive player or not.
I can't lie though. I think it makes sense to potentially trade down because like a receiving tight end, it's tough. You know what I mean, it's tough justifying taking him at 4. Do you know what I mean? It's not even like he blocks. Do you know what I mean? We don't know. I know he's a great player. Like the tape says a lot as well that he can make plays. But yeah, I mean, you got Julio, you got Ridley, you got Hayden.
But in terms, can you ever have enough like good players on that side? And Pitts is the best player in the draft in terms of the difference between him and the next
position.
player at his position. So,
but I like the idea of trading down and just upgrading their defense. Do you know what I mean? Because they lost a lot of defensive pieces. They lost Dan Quinn. Do you know what I mean? I think it makes sense. But then again, I think Pitts is a big time prospect as well. Him or Jamar Chase? I'll probably take Jamar Chase just because Pitts don't block. Do you get what I mean? But I still think he'll be a special player. It's just tough justifying taking him at 4. But Nadim, what's your thoughts on him?
Yeah, I mean I have Pitts as well, but I also, if I was doing trades in my mock draft, I would have had them trading out of that position because the Falcons they're in an unenviable position. They could take the best player in the draft, which is Pitts of the available, because to me he's one of the 4 or 5 generational type players I see in this draft. Lawrence, Pitts, Chase, Sewell, and maybe one of the. I think those 4 are the generational ones. I think they should trade back. I think they should trade back and look to add to their defense. Their defense has been atrocious for the last 2-3 seasons. They don't have a lot of playmakers on that side of the ball. So, and this is the worst probably draft to have that 4th pick because there's not many, defensive players you can draft that high. In fact, there's none. You can't justify it. So, I feel for them. I think they trade back with someone like the Broncos or, like Iran or the Patriots end up trading, with them or maybe even the Eagles or something because they don't seem to believe that much in
the draft.
Actually, not the Eagles. They already did the trade back. But yeah, I think I had them taking Pitts because he's the best player in the draft left. But I think there's a trade back. They need way more. They need way more than Pitts. But if you have to have the best player and that's your draft motto, which most teams is, you take Pitts.
Yeah, it's fair because that receiving unit could be nice. Like him, Hayden Hurst, Ridley, and then Julio. Like that could be a nice unit. But do you have enough defensively? Yeah, I mean, but Abassi,
No, yeah, I agree. I don't think their problem either. Just looking at last season and looking at ever since their problem has not been their offense. That Matt Ryan might not be the same guy he was when he won MVP or even prior to that, but it's not a problem. Their offense. defensively, they are atrocious, man. Trade back, get some picks. Like both you guys mentioned, the defensive players they're lower down in the first round anyway. You can't justify taking one at 4. This is just a great opportunity for you to move out of that position rather than a big tight end who doesn't block. It's just another receiver.
You could probably get the best linebacker and a corner, fam.
Look, Pitts is a generational guy. Let's not get it twisted.
Yeah.
It doesn't make your team worse. So it's just from the Falcons. Look, when you're in the draft, you can't draft for need, because if you start drafting for need and you start overdrafting players and you start reaching but you
got to put context though, because you don't. I don't think it makes sense to just draft the best player every year.
I think you have to draft. If they're staying at 4, you have to draft the best player, because you can't reach. You can't overdraft the guy.
I agree with that, but that's the caveat you said is if they stay at 4.
Yeah, I don't think it will.
Maybe for this draft, 4 is not the best spot to be in. Maybe you want to have a couple late firsts. Do you know what I mean? To get you guys.
The issue I have as well is that they've almost seemed to make Matt Ryan the issue with saying, "Oh, we should trade." Matt Ryan isn't the issue with the Falcons. He's actually part of the solution the way he's been playing the last few years. The issue is that defense stinks, and it has for the last 2-3 years. Ever since that Super Bowl run, they haven't been the same. So they need to address that. If they can't do it in free agency or via trade, they may need to look to do it in the draft. But I just don't see someone going that high. I don't think Farley or Satan or one of those guys goes at 4.
The only person you can kind of, even him, you can't really justify taking. There's no way you can justify taking out 4 on the defensive side. So you just either draft Kyle Pitts or you trade out of it, man.
But do you think that's a bad sign for you, man? That there's no one defensively that you can say is worth taking it with this pick?
There's a lot of It's not the strongest defensive class. Even there's no great defensive tackle in the class. There's barely any great defensive end. So it's not a great. Go on the team.
No, I was saying, I'm a big fan of Micah Parsons and Gregory Rousseau.
So am I. That's the only guy I can say.
Yeah,
but those guys are linebackers. Those guys aren't valued highly.
Rousseau is a defensive end. He's someone I think can be one of the best, defensive players in the NFL. The issue he has is I don't think he played last season. Did he?
No, his issue is character. He was involved in a hazing.
And Parsons didn't play last. Sorry, I haven't been confused. Parsons didn't play last season. That's the issue Parsons has. But when Parsons was playing, he was a playmaker. He did everything for the Penn State.
100 tackles, bro. He's a madman.
So if he played last season, I actually think that he probably goes, closer to the top 5 than people think. But
people have dropped because of the scandal. I think a lot of people have taken him off their board because of the Penn State stuff.
Happens. But let's get further down the draft. We're already a lot of time in, but we'll start. Obviously, we got past some of the bigger names, so we'll start speeding through.
This where me and Nadeem disagree.
Exactly. So you man got going 5 overall.
Personally, I think they should go with Sewell, but apparently Joe Burrow is pushing for Jamar Chase, which I can understand.
Forget that guy, man. Let's pick who we're supposed to pick.
Oh, okay. If I'm going who they should pick, Sewell, they need to sort out the offensive line.
We agreed then.
They need to sort out the offensive line.
I thought he was gonna go. The guy literally just tore his ACL, bro, because they couldn't protect him. Bro, he doesn't. I get the wide receiver thing. You can get one in the second round. Just take Penei Sewell.
And the thing is, as well, it's not that they're lacking for receivers as well. I just think he wants his guy.
Don't allow it, man. I heard the
man. That's his guy.
He wants his boy.
And I understand it.
I get it, lads. But bro, you're coming off a torn ACL, man. Let's just humbly just get you some protection.
Nah, I can't lie. I'm on that same page still. That really and truly, you got to value the tackle of the receiver, man. No matter the relationship, especially when they as you said, Bulls, he's literally coming off an ACL based on the fact. I think his left tackle got destroyed by Chase Young, and
they all got destroyed by Chase. Everybody got destroyed on the offensive line. They were so bad, That's exactly what you need to upgrade, fam.
And Sue was meant to be a great end prospect. Yeah, generational tackle. So
usually when you have generational players, you have a generational wide receiver and generational O-line. They say go the O-lineman.
Exactly.
But I'm a big fan of Jamar Chase. Though I love to see him go that high, but I love to see that connection again. But they need Sue. You take that pick. You make that pick quickly.
And Bugs, you're on the Sue train as well. You said, right?
I've been on the Sue train, bro. Been on the Sue train.
Bassi, what about you? You think Lyman or they should go over his point?
They need Sue, man. It looks like everyone is saying Burrow literally tore his ACL based on the fact that his line couldn't protect him. Burrow is clearly the future. It's not about getting his friends to play with him, man. It's about protecting him. If they do anything outside of get Sewell, man, I'll be a bit shocked. That guy needs protection.
Yeah, no, big facts, man. And left tackles, what they say the second most valuable, maybe third most valuable position in the league. So yeah, definitely needs to be addressed. But let's get to 6 overall. We'll come to you, Books. Who you got going 6 overall, bro? To the Dolphins.
The Miami Dolphins select Jamar Chase, wide receiver, LSU.
Give Tua some real heat.
Bro, because I've heard a lot of players, like even the Miami players, a lot of them don't believe in Tua. I think what you do is just put him in the best position, innit? You give him all the weapons and you're just like, you've got a year to kind of prove yourself, type thing, innit?
Raw. Tua has a year to prove himself. What happened?
Tua has 2-3 years to prove himself.
I would have dropped
the Dolphins taking a quarterback this year, bro.
Wait, Abassi, no way did you just hear that come out of your mouth?
I wouldn't have moved my pick. I would have stayed where I was picking and taking a quarterback. Tua is not the answer, man. It's quite clear.
Bro, Streets have been saying that, bro.
He's not. You mentioned that you like the Rams because they move over players quickly. You got to move over Tua quickly, man.
Not in the first year now. Come on, he's a rookie.
However,
he's a rookie coming off a serious injury.
Is he gonna get faster? Is he gonna get taller? Is he gonna get stronger? That's what I want.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. No, what Abassi is saying is true. What I will say is a lot of the things that the Miami Dolphins are complaining about are not new things, by the way. So I don't understand the complaint. So the main issue is he can't make like deep throws. Bro, you've never seen him do it. He didn't do it at Alabama. Like you've never seen him be the type of. He's a Drew Brees. Like he's a exceptional game manager. Like he makes good decisions. Like he sees the field well. You've never seen him make deep throws like that. So why did you draft him and then start complaining that the guy we've never seen make deep passes doesn't make deep passes? Is everyone okay? Like you've never seen him do it. So why are we now complaining about it? Like I don't understand.
And bro, he is already on your roster. Like, why are you criticizing your own players, bro? It's not even like you're in the draft process.
It's probably Ryan Fitzpatrick, to be honest. Let's be honest. It's probably Fitzpatrick.
Why getting the team ahead of me, man? I'm clearly better than him.
That Miami fan is getting to everybody, man. Because that's stupidity, man.
The only thing is, the issue Tua has is who is in his job class. Everybody watches Burrow and they watch Herbert play last season and they go, I think he was just ahead of Herbert, wasn't he?
So he went 5.
When you see that, that's when you go, we could have had that guy and you're here, you're not playing very well. That's the issue he has. But look,
but what you ride out with your guy, man. You don't look around,
bro. How is it Tua's fault that you guys chose him before Herbert? Bro, honestly, he should start everyone on that Miami roster because, bro, everyone's getting me mad. Because it's all things you could control.
Do you know what I love about revisionist history is the fact that, people this time last year we were insulting Herbert. We said that he wasn't even in competition with those two
in the first round, bro. People were saying he shouldn't go first round.
There were conversations like that. The only person in the media, and I don't want to.
No. I gotta give Boogs his credit. I gotta give Boogs Colin
Coward was the only person that said draft him high, or one of the few. He was on the table, dancing on the table, saying take Justin Herbert. Everybody else was like, I'm not sure. Now it's like, well, he's better than Tua. Leave Tua alone. It's his first season. Guy coming off a serious injury. It's never easy.
But the problem is Miami is such a well-run team now. With
defensively, offensively, they were whack.
When they were crap, nobody was doing it.
The problem is,
so this is now a 2, man.
When they're gonna get another draft pick this high, they moved from, was it 3 to 6? When they're gonna get another?
But if 2, they don't have Ryan Fitzpatrick no more. So if 2 was bad this year, they'll be back here this year.
No, but you know why?
And
you know why
they got all the Texans picks, fam.
Yeah, do you know why they're sensible as well? They move back and accumulated picks.
Yeah, exactly.
Just in case something happens or where Tua's not the guy next year, you could, or in a couple of years' time, you can push that back up. Or, you know, in the rare instance where Aaron Rodgers is available, which might be next season, you go say, Aaron, come to Miami.
Rodgers is an old man. Rodgers is not the man for the future.
Look, if he's the man for the now, he's the man for the now.
Well, I'm backing Tua now, yeah. However, don't be surprised if he has one bad year and I turn against him this time next year, innit? Because I'm willing to do that. But as for this year,
I was just gonna say, I think it's about how they build that team, man. Like Drew Brees wasn't great his first couple of years in the league as well. Do you know what I mean? He got to New Orleans, they built the team around him, and he started performing. He became all-time great.
Not
I mean, it's just about
Lamar Jackson.
It's about building around him, fam. Build the ecosystem so he can thrive.
But you know what the thing with Drew Brees?
What the issue is?
I go on, but
no, the issue is that they thought because he fell to their lap because Joe Burrow had such a great season that the Bengals could not draft him in it. So I think the expectation on Tua from early, bro, people were saying tank for Tua. Like,
Tua was Trevor Lawrence before Trevor Lawrence, fam.
Exactly. So once he fell to their lap, they thought they found a gem, and they're finding out that it might not be the straightaway superstar that they thought he was gonna be. That's the only reason they're turning against him, man. I think it's nonsense.
The conversation,
and then they want to microwave their success, fam. They don't want to be patient.
The conversation was who was going to be better, Tua or Trevor Lawrence at the next level. So that's the way we saw him. I just think it's too early to start saying move away quickly, unless he's been that bad, which I don't think he was. He was decent.
He was very average, and I don't like the Drew Brees comparisons either, because in order to be a Drew Brees kind of player, there's so little margin for error because you're not relying on anything else. You're not relying on your legs. You're not relying on the strength of your arm. Right? You're just relying on precision. Do you think
and your coach's scheme?
That's what he is.
That's what he's been. That's what he was.
That's what Tua in college. The NFL is a step up. Man.
That's true. Well, we'll see.
We'll see. But it doesn't just because the NFL is a step up doesn't mean that your characteristics change, innit? Like he's still the same. We're not calling him Drew Brees. We're saying that's his comp. Like that's who he plays.
I hear you.
Like, yeah.
I can't see him reaching it, but I've sold all two.
No, bro. Drew Brees is all time.
I bet he's a quick decision maker. Once he sees something doesn't like,
he's gone. He's jumped ship quick.
I know. We're patient. Willing to work,
man. If they didn't have this pick, I wouldn't have been saying that. But you lot still had. You got a third. You got a third pick in the draft before you traded it. You just got.
We're actually off topic. Anyway, Jamar Chase, top tier wide receiver. I wish we saw him last season, but that Joe Burrow season was special. Route runner.
I'm happy we didn't see him last season. That LSU team was awful.
Don't say that about my team. But anyway,
the tanking stocks, they were bad.
No, they weren't very good. But he's everything you want in a wide receiver. Everything.
And then he went and ran a 4-4. He went and ran a 4-3-2. Ugh.
Ooh.
He went and ran a 4-3-2. Bro, it's crazy over here. It's crazy.
These guys are getting. This is the fastest draft class I've ever seen in my life.
No, fact.
So fast.
Every man is just running sub 4-4, fam. Quick question on Jamar Chase. Yeah, is he better than his LSU teammate who just won Offensive Rookie of the Year, Justin Jefferson?
Oh, love it, man.
Yeah,
Justin's his kid, man.
Jamar
Chase is a big man, bro.
I know Justin Jefferson. I felt he should have gone
Guy,
higher.
innit? You know.
Hey, but
Jefferson
man,
carried
let's
me.
be honest. Like Jefferson went to the league and was
Delivered.
all-time great as far as being a rookie.
Darren, look at me. You know Jefferson carried me throughout fantasy.
Jefferson was
Jamar
my
Chase,
guy.
Jamar Chase is a big man for him, bro. Trust me. Take it from me, fam. He's a
Who has
big
the more
man for him.
natural talent? It's who has the more natural talent right now? It's Jamar Chase, and it's not even close. It's not even.
What's the year off gonna do for him as a young player?
That's the issue. That year off is always.
But he was. If you watch, I watched something about him, bro. Straight, he was basically doing everything he would have been doing if he was play not well apart from game speed. But he was, bro. He's been in a lab, bro. He's gotten. You could if you see him like he's put on some muscle and he's gotten quicker. I don't know how. And that's not even his main. That's not even his main thing. His main thing is he goes up for the ball. He runs great routes. Like, bro, there's nothing not to like about Jamar Chase. Like, literally, there's nothing not to like about him.
I think there's a lot of pressure on him to have a bit be big from the jump, but
He's generational, man. He's generational. He'll be fine.
Hey, big words, bro. Big words. But number 7, innit? Let's get this up. Number 7 overall pick, Nadim. Where you going with that pick, man?
I would have gone Devontae Smith, but I'm thinking about the Detroit Lions, and I'm thinking about what they should try and do this season, which is to unlock Jared Goff. The one thing when Jared Goff was playing good football was he had the deep threat. He had Sammy Watkins initially, and then he had Brandon Cooks. So when you're able to unlock the field for him, it becomes easy. And I think Jalen Waddle is that guy. He's a deep threat, but he's more than that as well. He's a weapon. That's why he's a weapon. You can use him as an X receiver. You can use him in the slot. You can use him in the backfield in those type of plays as well. So, definitely one of the top tier receiver, and he'll be a big talent for Jared Goff.
Aye, that's a controversial pick. Books, do you have the Lions taking Waddle at 7?
100%. I told you that Smith is my third favorite receiver out of the 3. Yeah. I've got Jalen Waddle, wide receiver, Alabama, Detroit Lions.
But
he's not.
Go on, Darren. No. Say what you're gonna say.
I said he's not as great of a route runner as the other 2, but what he lacks in that, he more than makes up in speed. He is track quick, so yeah.
And then, like you said, man, he's a weapon. You get that guy and you just use him. He'll make something happen. But I wanted to ask you guys with the Lions, they need so much. Do they need a number 7 draft pick? I know we're not doing that 2 trades. But
also, Abassi, they drafted Hawkinson, top 10 last year as well, tight end. He played well, but that's too.
I don't think it wasn't last year. It was the year before.
Oh, okay, year before.
I think with the Lions are one of those teams where they could do anything. They could also take a quarterback here. Like, they really could.
No, but they lost Marvin Jones and
Kenny Golladay.
So
they need to fix their.
That's why I'm thinking. Doesn't Devontae Smith make sense? Because as much as Waddle is a weapon, Devontae Smith can slot in and be number 1 from the jump. Now, obviously, he's not.
Devontae Smith is going to be special in this league, and
that's what I'm saying. So the criticism against him is he's not got the size. Do you get what I mean? And he's not dynamic. Do you get what I mean? But I don't.
Waddle isn't a big receiver, but he's a track guy, innit? He's never. He doesn't need to be. But the thing is, I hear what you're saying. The thing with Waddle is, for it to work, you're gonna need some other pieces around him, innit?
That's what I'm saying.
If he stretches the field, it's not like you're gonna hit him on the thingy all the time, innit? So,
look at Ruggs. Do you get what I mean? He's a big time deep threat, but is he a number 1 guy?
They do have wide receivers. They have Tyrell Williams, who they took from the Raiders, who's a good receiver as well. So the Lions do have another option. I would say is Micah Parsons, because they need defense. So, and drafting him here is not the worst idea in the world, but I think they do go Waddle over Smith just because of who their quarterback is.
Who do you prefer? But I even think Devontae Smith. Obviously, only thing is his frame in it. But I think, bro, quick question. Actually, no. We'll ask you, Abasi, first. Which one you prefer? Then I'll ask the question.
I'd say just because it's a weapon, I prefer Waddle. But for me, again, I'd be trading out that position if I was Detroit, man. I think they need too much in the draft. I'd be trading out that position. You could probably get a few picks for that. Go get some more pieces on defense because they're a long way away.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I think that potentially makes a lot of sense for them as well. But the question I wanted to ask is, in terms of wide receiver, do you prefer the explosive guy? Do you know what I mean? Like obviously the most crazy version of that we know is Tyreek, or do you prefer the polished, sure? He's gonna give you the same thing every week. Do you know what I mean? The production, the reliability. Do you prefer that guy, or do you prefer the explosive guy, the Tyreek, who can give you
To watch
a 200-yard game and then he can give you a one-catch game?
To watch?
No. On your team, if you're building a team, what kind of receiver, number one receiver, would you prefer?
I would prefer the second guy, just because he can do it by himself. Whereas Tyreek, for that system to work, you kind of need other pieces to take advantage of everything they do, type of thing.
Tim?
I love watching. I prefer guys like Devontae Adams and Stephon Diggs and guys like that.
Yeah.
They can get open anywhere on the field. They're dynamic right runners, have great speed, and they get off the line well. Those are the guys I prefer watching. But there's nothing wrong with Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is not inconsistent anymore. He just times when he has 200 yards, he'll come back next week and have 80, and people look at that as a bad game. It's not a bad game. It's just that's the way he had that week. But no, I'd prefer the number 2.
What about you, Abasi? So, go on, Abasi.
No, I prefer someone reliable as well. Safe receiver, because obviously there's only really one Tyreek Hill. There's a lot of speedsters that are meant to come into the league and they don't really deliver like that.
Exactly.
So I think there's far more risk when going for a speedster outside of a Tyreek Hill. Well, compared to a safe kind of good route runner, Stephon Diggs kind of guy between the numbers does well. So yeah, I prefer him a reliable guy if it was me picking.
But I also think if you're this high, you want a game changer. You want an explosive playmaker. That's what Jalen Waddle is. Like if you're drafting this high, you want game changers. You want Hall of Fame type players. Like, even Devontae Smith is a Hall of Fame type player. Not saying he's getting there, but he has the talent to be, that kind of guy. But I think Jalen Waddle is that too. And I think for the Lions, the way they're built, the way they know Jared Goff is, I think Jalen Waddle is that guy.
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see how things pan out between those receivers, because they are all regarded as high level guys. We'll see who has the most success, man. Because Justin Jefferson, listen, he's showing all these young guys up. Like for a rookie season, he took the absolute piss. So I guess we'll see what these other youngsters are on. But with the 8th pick, it's over to you, Bugs, right?
Yeah. I'll have the Panthers trading out of this number 8.
Oh yeah.
How many trades?
Sorry?
How many trades?
What do you mean?
How many trades did you do?
Just one. This is the one.
Oh, okay.
Well, I've been doing other trades. My bad. That's been me.
I've got a Patriots coming up. I'm taking Mac Jones, quarterback, Alabama. I don't think anyone else would want to give up, because I was looking at it. 9, I don't think the Broncos would want to give that up. 10, I don't think the Cowboys can afford to give that up. 11, don't think so. Eagles already traded. Yeah, so 8 is a position I saw. Sorry,
I'm putting in Mac Jones here for you.
I mean, I had Slater.
I mean, it depends who the team has them taken.
I figured the Panthers would stay there, take Slater or Sewell, whoever fell to them. I feel like they need to protect.
The thing about the Slater thing is, in my mind, I already had the Chargers taking them, so I couldn't.
Yeah, I had the Chargers taking them as well, but I had the Chargers taking them as well. But in the last few weeks, you've seen his draft stock just rise. So I felt like.
It's all about need, isn't it? If he makes it past 8, I think the only other person who needs him is the Giants. Can do something stupid and take him, but no. So I think I've got Slater going to the Chargers. I've got the pick. The Patriots. I think they can't afford not to come up and take a quarterback, in my opinion. So I think they come up and take Mac Jones.
To be fair, I had Sewell falling to the Panthers and then Slater going to the
Chargers.
Chargers.
Okay, that would have made sense.
But yeah,
go with Mac Jones. Yeah, listen, it makes sense, isn't it? Because I do think the Patriots need to draft a quarterback. It's a matter of do they need to trade up, but with all this talk about him potentially going 3, do you know what I mean? You have to trade up if that's the guy you want to get.
I think because without revealing, well, I kind of have to anyways. Because I think the reason why I have them trading up to 8, I think it gives them the decision out of Mac Jones and Trey Lance. Because in my mock draft, I've got the Broncos taking a quarterback, so the Patriots would want to jump ahead of the Broncos, who might need a quarterback more or less.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense as well. Yeah, I hear you. Mac Jones, they say he's one of the most ready prospects, super accurate. Obviously, doesn't make plays outside the pocket, but in terms of the Patriots, do you know what I mean? He fits the Patriots.
The Patriots way. That's a dream. That's a dream. What's it called?
Destination.
And it helps that he's a Nick Saban guy, and he's Nick Saban's best friend, Bill Belichick. So it makes sense.
I did think if the Patriots were gonna move up for anybody, I think it would have been Phil's. I think Belichick likes Phil's, but it's not the Mac Jones. It makes sense, for being honest. It makes sense.
But in our world, Phil's isn't here anymore. Let's hope on draft day he isn't here too. So
trust me. Let's get to 9 overall. Nadim, who you got overall to the Broncos?
Parsons.
Wow.
Micah Parsons. This is my favorite guy in the draft. I love watching this guy play. You can line him up anywhere on defense and he'll do a job for you. Now, obviously, there's a lot of outside stuff right now, but no, I think I would have had them taking corner, but then they added Fuller from the Bears in the free agency.
Big pickup.
I don't think they're in the market for QB like that.
You don't think so?
Not heavily.
I heard they picked up or they're trying to pick up Teddy Bridgewater.
I don't think in the draft, because I think for them they've drafted so badly for QB that I think they're looking somewhere else now. But I think especially with Fangio as a defensive coach, I think he looks at Parsons and think I can do so much with this guy. So I'd have Parsons go in there. And if you look there, number one need is linebacker, so it fits.
Bro, Parsons, Nick Chubb, Von Miller. Oh,
funny enough, in my mock draft, I had Trey Lance going there, but I changed now.
Bro, in mine too. I've got Trey Lance going. Number 9 to the Broncos.
For the benefit of this one, I'm going Parsons.
Yeah, we could go Parsons. That messes up the rest of this mock draft. But yeah, that's calm. Parsons.
You just got to rejig. But
yeah.
No, I think
I love Michael Parsons anyway. But I think he's special. So I'm okay with that.
What's he like as a linebacker in coverage? A lot of the tape I'm seeing him hit the quarterback, and I'm seeing him rush.
He's not great in coverage, but you've got to kind of what's the word I'm looking for? You've got to kind of play to your player's strengths, innit? He can do it.
He gets his hands on the ball, so he'll make more plays on the ball. And his coverage skills is not the worst. He just has to work on it.
He's quick. He's quick, so he might be able to do a thing, but he's not the greatest. But he's always around the ball, man. He's like a Devin White. And we've seen how valuable.
Linebackers becoming tougher and tougher to play, fam, because you got to match up with these backs. Do you know what I mean? You got to match up with these slot receivers. Like everyone thought Isaiah Simmons was gonna come in and be an immediate plug and play linebacker. He barely got any minutes.
Except
you called it. It's still early though. It's still early.
I didn't see the Simmons thing. Yeah, it is still early.
But he hasn't like, I think they're struggling to find where he plays. Do you know what I mean? And that's
because he plays all over the place in college, bro. And that was his selling point. But I knew it wasn't. I knew it was gonna hurt him eventually because he doesn't have a set position.
Yeah, no, it's definitely an issue for him.
I also think with that kind of players, this is way off topic, but Simmons, when you need to have a defensive coordinator that's willing to play to this guy's strength and use him everywhere. I don't think they're willing to do that in Arizona.
Yeah.
I feel like they do all guy in Buda Baker that I don't want. They can't find another spot for him.
By the way, just to put it out there, Michael Parsons ran a 4.3940. By the way, so he's not. I mean,
this is the
I remember watching that as well. He's rapid still.
He's an absolute freak.
Yeah, no. Hopefully he goes to a destination that he can thrive in, man. But let's get to
100%.
the number 10 pick to the Cowboys. It's over to you, Boogs, man. Who you got the Cowboys taking?
The Cowboys select Patrick Surtain II, cornerback, Alabama. I think this is their big. Is that what it says? Yeah, I think this is their biggest need. I think they're in desperate need of a cornerback. And I think Patrick Surtain is the.
I'm hearing he might drop. He just had back surgery, I think.
No, that's not him.
No, it's Farley.
That's Farley. Okay.
Farley had a back surgery. So he's typical, man. He got on the field as a first year, and we don't really do that in Alabama. So he played 3 years for Nick Saban defense. His dad's a Pro Bowler, so he's got football in his DNA, man. I don't think the Cowboys can mess this one up.
And he has experience as well. 3 years start at Alabama.
3 years start, exactly, bro.
His first season.
It's
3 years start at Alabama.
It's hard to do that, bro. No one does that, fam.
Sound technique.
No one does
everything.
that.
I think the Cowboys pair him next to Trayvon Diggs. He's from a teammate as well. And one sneaky pickup that we didn't realize, the Cowboys picked up Keanu Neal in free agency. So they're building a nice little pickup there in the secondary.
Yeah, no, he's a big hit.
I think him next to Diggs, and think they're going to be. It shows up that back end a bit more than what it was last year.
Is he the best in the draft?
Yeah.
You got what's the other?
I don't think it's clear. I don't think it's as clear cut as Nadeem might be saying. But I like Horn, man. I like Horn. But yeah, I think Surtain is less bust proof than JC Horn is. I think he's a safer pick. Yeah, he's a safer pick. So you go with Cowboys can't afford to be.
A guy I like is Newsome. I think it's Newsome the third.
Yeah,
second.
Gregory Newsome.
Yeah, the second. That's
second.
I like him, but he probably wouldn't go that high. But I like him.
That's a reach, though.
Yeah, it's a reach. But when I watched when I was watching his clips and I was reading about him, I was thinking, okay, I like. That sometimes you watch a player and you just like the player. Yeah, that's what I do.
I think he's rapid too. I don't know where he raps.
Yeah,
I think he's rapid.
His biggest issue is that he's Marcus Peters. He always wants the ball, so he's always looking. So sometimes you can catch him.
That's what I'm saying. Those guys are hit and miss. They're boom or bust. Do you know what I mean? But then again, for certain schemes, you love those guys. You know what I mean? Because they'll get the ball.
Yeah, but the thing is, Surtain is a technician, though, man. I think you always go with a technician over.
Yeah, exactly.
Those exciting players. Yeah.
No, for real. Let's get to 11 then, innit? The Giants. And I'm deep in. We'll probably stop after the lottery, innit? So we'll stop at the 16th pick, innit? Is that calm?
Cool.
That's calm.
Yeah, because getting through the whole thing will probably be like 3 hours show.
Yeah.
So Devontae Smith is falling?
Devontae Smith is falling. Nadim, who you got the Giants taking with the 11th pick, man? Devontae Smith?
It might have to be now. Based on this, you can't let Devontae Smith fall. You just can't. Literally, in my mock draft, I had them. No, in my mock draft, I had Gregory Rousseau. I thought that they added to the defensive lineup a defensive.
I thought I was the only one who loved Rousseau.
I love Rousseau. I think he's a great player. So that was what happened in my mock draft. But if you're the Giants and Devontae Smith is available, I think you do it.
Fam, you got Slayton, Shepherd.
I think you need more. I think you need more.
It's not about need. Take the best player. Take the best player.
I think you need defense because
they got so many guys at wide receiver now. But I do think
they've messed this up too many times, man.
They want to test
out. Sometimes forget need. We have the best player.
Right even the team needs right there. Their team need. This is why wide receivers the number one need.
They got Kenny Golladay. They got
Yeah, it's true. Slayton.
Yeah, I don't get why wide receiver would be their biggest need.
Yeah, neither do I.
This is before probably Golladay went there.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm a fan of Devontae Smith, and I just think if you're the Giants and you see a Heisman winning wide receiver falling down the draft board, I think you forget these and just go. Let me grab my guy.
Yeah, I'm with that. Still. Heisman winner. Listen, the guy's credible. Yeah. The Giants will be lucky to get their hands on him.
I think they use that as well with that wide receiver core. If they do get him to test out Dan Jones now, they'll make a decision on whether he's a or not.
He's another one on his last tenor.
That's the thing as well. You need to find out. You need to find out about Daniel Jones this season.
Yeah.
So what better way than to give him some all-world weapons?
Facts. Yeah, I mean, you get all the information you need on him, boy. But I can't lie, I'm a slightly a buyer in Danny Dimes, man. I think he's got it's gonna be a big season for him still. I think he's gonna take steps forward.
But does anyone have anything to say on his weight, Devontae Smith? Because I'm watching him, and that's his biggest issue. Looks very slight.
That's his biggest issue. Yeah. Great right runner, great hands, clutch.
Sounds like Judy. Sounds like Judy, fam.
Sorry?
Sounds like Judy, innit? And Judy had them same issues.
No, Judy's much bigger than him, you know.
Judy, this guy looks like a child, man. He's very
Judy's
smart.
much bigger than him, bro.
No way.
Bro, Devontae Smith his frame is scary, like he's tiny, and he's not got blazing speed, so it's a bit.
That would turn me off him as a wide receiver personally in the NFL. It's a big man's game. People feeding their families, man.
No, you gotta have some sort of physical presence still, because athleticism goes through the roof when you get to the league, fam. But at the same time, we'll see how it pans out in it. Because to hear that he's smaller than Judy, though, that is scary. Because Judy looks small as shit, like going up against these corners. But
I think he goes up. I think he gets big in the NFL. I think he'd be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, if you can't get your hands on him from on the line of scrimmage, it's a bit hard. He's a technician, so
exactly. Maybe just
great route runner, man. He's a great route runner. So
also, I need to clarify something I said earlier. I was talking about Greg Newsome. I was thinking about someone else. Greg Newsome's biggest issue was his injuries, not the fact that he could tell him about. He never played a full season. Let me say that for the people out there quickly. Clarify my statement.
Calm, but last point of Devontae Smith, man, maybe he needs to convert into the slot, innit? Stop testing these outside guys.
Look, these wide receivers from Alabama can line up anywhere. That's the biggest.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, obviously he played X this year, but at some point in his career he would have had to play slot anyways because of how much talent they would have had. Because he's a 4-year guy, innit? So at one of the 4 years he would have had to play. He played 4 years.
I thought he said 4-8. I was about to be like, what?
No.
When you play with Calvin Ridley, play with Judy, Waddle, Ruggs, all these guys, you know, who's the number one guy? All of them, I guess.
Literally all of them. But let's get to the 12th pick. Obviously, the Eagles moved down. And now they've already dropped reports saying that what's his name ain't their number one. What's the name of the quarterback? Jalen Hurts. Yeah, they're saying that he's basically gonna have to compete for starting quarterback spot. But it's over to you. God knows, maybe there's something. But I saw a quote from the GM in it. It was just saying how it's not a guarantee that he's gonna be a starter. But who you got him taking with the 12th pick?
Oh, Nadeem has killed me here. In my draft, I had him taking Devontae Smith because I thought he was going to fall all the way down here, but he hasn't. So,
You know what's funny? In my first draft as well, I had the Eagles taking him when they were in sixth position. So I understand that.
I think they need a wide receiver, but it's just about if they reach for. Let's do it. The Eagles select Rashad Bateman, wide receiver, Minnesota.
Damn!
Is that a reach? Sounds like a reach, bro.
It is, and I'm regretting this. Wait. Oh, it's too late now. Anyways, yeah, I've done it. So.
Picks in.
Picks in, bro. Picks in. Convince us, bro. Convince us that is a worthy pick.
That's the type of pick.
This is not what was meant to happen. I don't have anything for you guys. So
he's very similar to Allen Robinson. Very similar type of player. That's the one I
like Bateman. Did he sit out this year? No, he didn't. No,
I don't think so. No. I had him going to the Bears. I figured the Bears are losing Allen Robinson supposedly. So why not take someone who's very similar to him, which is Bateman? So no, he's a good player, but
I like Bateman. Even watching him in the Big Ten, he had a big 2019. Because I remember he was up there for offensive player of the year, and he had a big 2019. Bateman's good, man. He's just not. I don't know about number 12, but hey, we're here now. So.
What do you think about the pick of Bassi?
I mean, it wouldn't be the last time the Eagles made a terrible decision. Firstly,
it wouldn't be terrible. No, it's not as bad as what they did last year. What they did last year was criminal. It's not as bad as
what they did last year.
Who did
that was criminal.
Who did they say last year? What's his name?
Jalen Reagor.
Guy. Yeah, Reagor.
Actually, no, Reagor might be good. He might be good.
Over Jefferson, that was
over Jefferson.
I think they took it. No, not over CD Lamb, right?
Lamb no, remember the Cowboys took Lamb so that the Eagles don't get him, bruv.
Oh, okay.
The Eagles wouldn't have even taken him though. They wouldn't have.
You think they're still taking Reagor?
The way that the amount of decisions
ran.
Exactly. So. In the last few years, they made some decisions that made me look at them very. First of all, that second round pick last year told me that they don't know what they're doing. I don't understand why. I just still don't understand it. I still don't.
You said the Hurts pick, or
it still doesn't make sense to me.
Well,
I'm lucky that
they didn't believe in Carson Wentz.
They want another quarterback as well. So if they're in competition, do they take a quarterback if Trey Lance falls this low? Or if Matt Jones falls
you know what it is? I was so tempted to give them Trey Lance, but the Eagles don't deserve anything good. So we're not gonna do that.
So you're basing your pick on bitterness, books.
The issue now is where does Lance go?
Washington.
Maybe 19.
I think the Eagles is a shout, bro. Because listen to the quote that I said about that the GM just made. I don't think they're sold on Jalen Hurts. If that's the case, and Trey Lance
shouldn't be. They shouldn't be.
So why don't you have to take a Trey Lance?
It's a good question.
Because
they don't deserve anything good.
Justin Fields might be available at 12 with the way things are going.
God forbid bad thing. Why the hell would he still be available at 12? We're going number 3, bro. Come on, man.
Let's get through these picks though. 13 for the Chargers.
Rashawn Slater, yeah.
Play at the tackle.
Protect Justin Herbert at all cost. What am I saying?
Yeah, they need a tackle as well. Yeah. In a lot of the mock drafts, I see him going to the Chargers as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's gonna go. Except someone takes him early.
Which
the
is
Panthers
possible.
might take him. Yeah, the Panthers might take him.
Yeah,
because they need a tackle too. But with Sean Slater, if you want to see how good he is, check his tape against Chase Young. He was absolutely fantastic. That
manhandling Chase Young.
Yeah, that's
he didn't manhandle him. No one manhandled Chase Young. Let's not. Didn't say that. He was good against him.
Chase Young couldn't shift him, man. Couldn't move him.
Oh, we still ate that game. So let's not.
You ate the game, but was Chase Young the reason for you lot eating the game?
100%, bro. Chase Young, what? Disruptor, bro. This not a Chase Young episode. You know I'm not gonna get me to speak about Chase Young. I'm just saying.
He was neutralized completely from the clips I saw.
Because the man them know I've already put a gold jacket on Chase Young still.
Facts.
I already got him in Canton, Ohio, fam.
First ballot.
I already said him. Yeah, I already said him there, bro. Come on.
But Books, the Vikings pick, 14th pick. That's over to you. Where do you think they're gonna go? Hey, there's still a lot of ballers on the board.
What it says them biggest need is interior offensive line. Oh. I was gonna give them a cornerback, but if that's the case, yeah, let's give them Elijah Vera Tucker.
Because I think they just traded for Pat Pete, right?
No, they signed him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, signed him. So yeah, maybe Vera Tucker.
Yeah, Elijah Vera Tucker.
Vera Tucker.
Yeah. USC.
Yeah, he's meant to be versatile as well. He can play all over.
And he mauls people as well. And he will maul you.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, he's a finisher still. Like he finishes his tackles. He finishes his tackles, and bruv, he kept up one of the more promising guys from next year. So
to lead the way for Dalvin Cook as well, it makes sense to have a fifth guy.
Yeah. And he can play all over. He can play all over. He's versatile.
The Vikings as well. They could also go defensive line to go opposite Daniel Hunter. But
I still think it's early to go defensive line.
Yeah, no, I think interior. I think interior is where they go. Interior offensive line is where they go.
Because my first defender goes off at 18. Actually, it's not too early to be fair.
That is foul, by the way. How can the first defender drop to 18?
Well, no. First, defensive line guy. Because remember, Sultan and Parsons already.
And Parsons, yeah. It makes sense. But still,
defensive line guys.
That drop off is not great.
First 15 picks, only 2 defensive players. So it's a really
bro. The first defensive tackle goes for me number 30 something, bro. It's crazy over here.
I had Rousseau going to the Giants at 11.
Who?
I had a Gregory Rousseau going to the Giants at 11.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah,
fair.
You did.
But let's get to this last pick. We had the Patriots trading up to 8, so I guess this is the Panthers pick.
No, who did Nadeem have the Patriots taken originally?
Mac Jones.
Also, they get the same quarterback.
Yeah, I just figured I didn't think that has to trade up for it.
Yeah, neither do I.
That's nice for them.
So what are we doing with 15 then for the Panthers?
Trey Lance.
For the Panthers,
even though they just got Donald.
Oh no, I thought we was picking for the. I thought we were still doing for the Panthers. They want to trade.
And why wouldn't they take Trey Lance if they just got Donald though? Donald is still just a project. I wouldn't say that.
Trey Lance. Trey Lance is the biggest project of this. He's not ready to play anywhere near tomorrow. So I don't think you could take Trey Lance, especially when Donald's thing might be a confidence thing. I think taking a quarterback in the first round, I think it does more bad than good for Sam Donald.
The one thing though in Donald's favor is that what's his name? Who's the head coach of the Panthers?
Matt Rule.
Yeah, him and Donald had a good interview, good talk when Rule wanted the Jets job, and apparently they had a conversation, and Rule he really liked him, so that's part of the reason why he traded him.
Donald's a smart boy, bruv. There's nothing not to like about Donald. He talks. He's a USC boy. He talks well. He presents himself well. He's blue collar guy, as they say.
I'll make this
under the.
Pick. Yeah.
Who's you gonna say?
No, I said just take Darryl.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, though, because they need tackle help. I heard that because I was listening to obviously like an analyst. He said that he believes Darryl Shaw will end up being the best tackle in the whole draft.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So if you think
they're doing this thing where there's clearly a number one guy, but you want to be the guy who's like, nah.
Yeah, exactly. No, definitely.
So is clear of everybody.
Yeah. And I also think around this time of year, you begin to send smoke signals. So you begin to send, oh yeah, I might be taking him because he might be the best guy in the draft. and then you tell someone in the media, "Oh yeah, him," and then they go start talking about it, and then you're like, yeah, exactly. So,
but still, though, the fact
that's my biggest fear, that the Jets have been lying to everybody all off season, and then
Very
at
possible.
number 2 they take Justin Fields. I promise you, I'm not watching the rest of that draft. That's my biggest fear. I'm hoping that everything they've told us is true, and the Jets just take Zach Wilson. But I have a feeling that this Zach Wilson stuff has all been smokescreen, and it's going to be like, yeah, number 2, we want Justin. I'm going to break down, man.
It wouldn't be a surprise, bro. It wouldn't be the first time we've seen it.
The Browns when they took Mayfield.
Oh,
that was
crazy.
They took Ward number 4. That was dumb, man. That whole thing was dumb. I don't understand how you mess up a first and a fourth round and a fourth pick. Like,
Ward is a Pro Bowler. What do you mean?
They didn't mess up.
Bro, they have Bradley Chubb right there, man. Imagine Chubb and Thingy on the same line, bro.
Has Chubb been that much better than Ward? Ward is a Pro Bowler.
I love Bradley Chubb anyway, so I'm
no, but I think the quarterback pick, you can say they messed up.
Yeah, but to be fair, everyone wanted them to take Darnold, so how much better would Darnold have been? Because they wouldn't have taken Josh Allen. Only Mel Kiper Jr. had Josh Allen as his number one quarterback.
Very true.
The big bucks.
Very true. But we'll leave it there, man.
Should be a good draft, man. Should be a good draft. Should be a good watch, especially because depending on what happens at 3, a lot of dominoes are gonna fall. So
that's the big pick, man.
That's what the draft starts, bro.
The Niners are taking Kyle Pitts. Was Kyle Pitts?
And that is where the draft starts. You might have said it. That's where the draft starts. So it's going to be very interesting.
If the Niners take Kyle Pitts, nah. Shanahan has blood on his hands. So what, he went to all those Fridays for no reason. He's a madman. And the thing is, I know he's gonna do a madness out of those 2 tight end sets, and he's just gonna make it look amazing, and everyone's gonna be like, "Damn, why didn't we see this come?" Bro, I hate that youth, man. I hate him.
But he's a G regardless, fam.
Bro,
like,
you can't fight that, man. He'll make it exactly.
Yeah, man. We'll leave it there.
Whoever Kyle Shanahan drafts, I believe the guy's too smart. I listen.
No, most definitely, man. But the draft's next Thursday, I believe, 29th. Should be good, man. As you were saying, Book, should be a good watch. Will be interesting to see where all the guys that we spoke end up and what happens with that third overall pick, because that's going to be a huge telltale to show the rest of what like players go and stuff like that. So it's going to be very interesting to see. You can check out the guys' mock drafts. Books, I'm not sure if you posted yours anywhere, but obviously people can catch your picks in this episode and the Dim's picks. Yeah. But obviously on the EOTB website and stuff like that. So we'll just check his Twitter page.
I'll try and do one more.
Hey, it's you keep going, bro. Keep going. Let the people have what they want. But yeah, we'll leave it there, man. It's been a great show. Draft special. The plan is to actually go live during the draft. Obviously, it's going to be late. We'll confirm or not, but if that does happen, that is going to be absolutely fire still. But yeah, no, I enjoyed this episode a lot, man. It's good to break down the draft with our draft specialists.
Right.
Anyone have anything they want to shout out before we wrap it up?
Oh, yeah. My Twitter page, Nadim VW. I wrote, my blog. I wrote an article Sunday about the gender pay gap in sports. So have a look at that. Some other stuff there as well you can watch. And obviously, Super League stuff as well posted there. So yeah, it's been a...
Shout out Super League, man. Shout out Super League.
R.I.P. League, man. R.I.P.
Let's bring it back.
48 hours came in and went.
In 3 days.
But yeah, man, socials. You can see them underneath, obviously, and and the Dims article definitely interesting read, man. Definitely get stuck into that. More to come, but this has been us from Eyes on the Ball. Another edition of First Down. We out.
Peace.